Good day and welcome into YCN Sports Talk. I'm your host, Jeremy Stout, along with Dave Collins as always. And we are back for another week. Dave had some success last week in the picks department, so he got me there. We'll talk about that later in the show. But we'll lead off. Why don't we lead off right now? Tomorrow night or Thursday night, Texans Patriots. A little bit of a preview on that game. Patriots, obviously some injuries.
Gronkowski, and then you've got Brissett, and you've got Garoppolo, and you've got Tom Brady. You've got artificial Tom Brady's walking around the parking lot thinking they can get into the game. I watched most of the game on Sunday, the Patriots-Dolphins game, and I was very impressed with what I saw from Garoppolo. And Brissett, I think they sort of scaled it back with him.
Yes.
And the Dolphins saw that as an opportunity. 2 more minutes in that game, and we might have a tie ball game and going to overtime.
Well, exactly, and that's the big thing about this whole situation is Brissett won the game in the second half, but the defense gave up some points, and Brissett was only able to get 1 touchdown. So what can we see and what can we expect out of him for 60 minutes of football?
Well, as we tape this on a Wednesday afternoon, the only known QB on the team is Brissett right now. You've got Edelman as the backup. Watch Bill Belichick come out after the Patriots receive a kickoff or a punt and put Edelman under center, maybe in the wildcat, and have him run 40 yards down the field or throw a bomb. Leave it up to Bill Belichick to just throw out the playbook with factors that he can't handle. But I think the Patriots are going to have a pretty easy time over Houston because they've got that confidence. The win at Arizona, the holding off the Dolphins on Sunday at Foxborough, I think they'll roll over the Houston Texans this week.
Okay, so you're not too alarmed with the Garoppolo injury and Brissett being the QB. I have a little different point of view on that one because I do think Garoppolo is able to play. I think he'll dress, and I think he'll be a backup. And here's why. I don't think Belichick will risk the injury to Edelman and having him as the emergency QB. So that's the only thing. There was a lot of talk, will the Patriots pick up a second-string quarterback, a backup guy? If they haven't, at this point, I got to imagine Garoppolo may be healthy enough to at least suit up and, if need be, come in and take handoff or give the ball to the running back.
I think the bigger key injury that you're going to have to worry about in the next coming weeks is Tom Brady's going to be back. Where's Rob Gronkowski going to fit in this lineup? Is he going to be in the lineup? Is he even going to be suited up for action when Brady gets back in a few weeks?
So, do you think? I don't think he plays. I don't think he plays Thursday. I think after taking last week off, he might as well just skip this week. It's a short week. There's no point in having him play. But I think he comes back either the 4th week or at least when Brady comes back in Week 5 against Cleveland.
I think get all the ducks in a row.
Right.
And when Brady comes back in Week 5, then there'll be a better judgment on to whether Rob Gronkowski can fit in that lineup right now. But let's put the pieces together. That's what Belichick's thinking for these next 2 games.
Okay, do you have any concern in the defense? Donta Hightower maybe won't be playing. They did give up, not the lead, but they gave up some ground in the third quarter. Or was that just a factor of the Dolphins were slinging it all over the field, they were going to get some points? Or do you have a concern? I know you're a Jets fan, so it wouldn't be the right concern, but do you think they'll be able to hold up?
Well, they lost Revis, and Revis really didn't look that well in the Jets game the previous week. My feeling is this. These next 2 games, they got through the first 2.
Right.
They survived the first 2 out in Arizona against Miami. Houston should be a cakewalk. Once Brady gets back, I think everything will be aligned once again. And Bill Belichick, if you saw his press conferences the past 2 weeks, he wasn't very friendly to the reporters. I think he's just waiting for Tom Brady to come back, and then Tom will take on the boat. He's waiting to get back into the rhythm of things.
Right.
So no, the defense, it doesn't concern me right now for the Patriots.
Okay, and finally, a lot of talk, Belichick versus Brady. Who do you take? Is that even a fair question to ask? If you had one man, Belichick or Brady?
If we're
Not
talking
this year, we're talking, does Brady make Belichick a better coach, or does Belichick make Brady the player he is?
Well, I think I said it before on the show. Bill Belichick was HC of the NYJ, head coach of the New York Jets for 1 day.
Right.
And you know what? If he was still in New York right now, we'd be talking about Super Bowls, and you'd be talking about a mess of an organization with the Patriots. I think Brady fits the system perfectly. Bill Belichick sat down with him a long time ago and said, this is how we're going to work it. He's on board. You have Super Bowls. What else can you ask for?
Right.
And a dynasty.
Right. And I don't disagree with that. I think we're splitting hairs if we're looking at who's what. They are good for each other, but I think Brady, he's the one throwing the ball, and he learned under Belichick's system system, and now he's kind of taken that to another level, and he's on his own.
And real quick, all the quarterbacks that left, all the backups of Tom Brady, what have they done since they left New England? Not that much, because they didn't have Belichick on the sidelines.
On the system, right. Yep. So I think they go together nicely, and they complement each other, but for my money, I'd take Brady. So we'll see what happens in the next 2 weeks without Brady. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the NFC East and some teams that are struggling in the NFC. We'll be right back. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.